Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Forest Adventures with Scott. Today we are looking at the Benchmade 200 puukko. Now, this puukko is actually discontinued from Benchmade, but I was able to find it at an outfitter just outside of Richmond, Virginia. I have been eyeing this knife for quite some time because of the steel. This knife is running on CPM 3V steel. Now, that's a steel that's a little more elevated than anything that I have in my collection up to this point. So most of my knives are carbon steel, 1095, 1075, 1066 high carbon steels. And I saw this in 3V and I was like, for that price, I'd like to try this steel out. I've heard good things about it. My brother has a Bark River with this steel, and it's an excellent steel. It's not stainless, but it is a pretty tough steel compared to some of the carbon steels. The blade on this is 3.75 inches with a saber grind, 8.75 total length with Santoprene for the handle. Now that's a rubberized handle, and you can see that the there's a swell there, so it's got nice ergonomics. Not quite 1/8 of an inch thick. I think right there at 1/8 of an inch thick. And like I said, saber grind, drop point blade with saber grind. The knife is full tang. It comes all the way to the end here with the lanyard hole. So let's take a few minutes and put it through its paces and see how it performs out here. I've been carrying this knife for about a week now, and it actually came pretty sharp, which is not usually the case with Benchmade knives. I had a 945 mini Osborne folding knife that I ended up selling to a coworker. That knife did not come sharp, but this one did. So, like I said, let's take a few minutes and put it through its paces and see how it performs. Stay tuned. Before we get started with testing the knife out on some camping chores and bushcraft type task, let's take a look at the sheath. So the sheath comes black leather. It comes with a dangler, and it also comes with, you can snap this dangler off and use it just here if you wanted to elevate the knife closer to you. I like that, having that option of both. It's pretty cool. It does come with a ferro rod holder. Now this ferro rod did not come with the knife. It's just one from another knife that I just put in here. But we'll get into why I don't think that this needed to come with a ferro rod holder. The leather is okay. It's kind of thin. It's not the best leather sheath that I have in my collection, but it's serviceable. So yeah, that's the sheath for the Benchmade. Pretty hard piece of seasoned oak right there. Lots of different grips. Okay, this is what I was talking about. Not a very sharp spine, so let's see if we can throw some sparks to get us a little fire started. Yeah, it'll do it, but it's not great. All right, I expect this knife to do pretty well at food prep. This saber grind leading into a flat edge should lend itself really nice to slicing. Much better than a Scandi would. So yeah, you can see I can get pretty thin slices on that onion there. And yeah. I'd say this is probably a better all-round camp knife than some of the Scandis that I have in my collection just because it can do a few more tasks. Slicing up these onions and peppers being one that comes to mind. I mean, this is the kind of thing, you know, this is the kind of thing that we do a lot of times. I mean, we like to work with wood, but nice to have a nice to have a knife that can do it all. So far, this knife can do it all. Really good at feather sticks. This is a hard seasoned piece of oak right here, and it's having no issues at all, just gliding right through that bad boy. Man, I tell you what, I am really liking this so far. Knife is really good at making tent steaks as well. Okay, my friends, I really like this knife, and I'm not going to say that it's going to take the place of the Tops Tannenboka puukko, but man, it's going to give it a run for its money. So this is a comparison of length. It's actually maybe a 1/4 inch longer, the blade, and but between the ergonomics and the steel, and nothing against this Tops puukko, both of these are modern takes on the traditional puukko, and I really like them both. But I'm gonna be carrying this bad boy for a while, so if you can get out there and snag you one of these before they're all gone, I highly suggest it. Until next video, peace.